Hi there, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Klebo, and we are back in Pokemon Scarlet for episode 16. So in the last episode, it was a one-off for a girlfriend episode, and after finally getting my girlfriend into the game by the name of Giggles, if you haven't watched the episode, there will be a playlist down below, so you can go watch that episode and then come back, or go watch all the other episodes and come back, whichever way you need to do it. But yeah, in the last episode, we had Giggles join us, so my girlfriend, and I traded her 2 Pokemon that she had. I then went and, well, we then went and did some Terra raids, so we did 3 together, and sort of just learned that a little bit, so we got to see what that looked like. And then I proceeded to sort of head back into Mesagosa, asked her to come along, and we could then take a nice little selfie. And then we sort of wrapped it down there. So pretty much we're now going to jump into this episode today. So we're probably going to go back to the sort of normal routine of what we were doing before. So I hope you are ready to join me on this ride. So before we do, just don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. So anyway, we are now going to head out the west gate, I believe it is. Sure it's the west gate. We're going to head out the other side and we're going to have a look around there. So we are going to probably see some new Pokemon. I may have already caught some of these Pokemon and if I have, then apologies there that you've not seen it, because I did cut out a little bit, about 15-20 minutes of me just playing around until my girlfriend was ready to actually have the episode, and I wasn't able to add that anywhere. So at some point I might add it as like little bonus footage in an episode, but for now we are just going to carry on as we are. So I've got Roltz out there just having a lot of fun doing what she needs to do, taking out all these lovely little Hoppips. As I was hoping I might actually be able to get myself a little shiny, which would have been nice, but nope. Still, even to this day, I still have not found a shiny in my game whatsoever. But we then find this lovely little fella called a Smoliv, and we go and proceed to try and catch it, make it fall asleep very, very quickly. So now it won't move, and it woke straight up, which was odd. I thought that's a interesting turn of events, so I try again. Hypnosis goes straight back on. Fortunately it didn't miss, which I do find I seem to miss Hypnosis a fair bit, but when it does hit, finally, it's always good. So I think this time Smoliv then does stay asleep, which is great. So I'm able to now throw my Pokeball at him, and should catch the little bugger. And we did. There we go. Fabulous. So yeah, we are now another Pokemon up. Another one added to the lovely Pokedex. And all that jazz. So there was, a little bit earlier on in this video, you would have seen I went into the Pokedex and I was actually collecting some prizes. So for every kind of 10 Pokemon that you catch and actually have owned in your Pokedex, they give you a little prize. And those prizes sort of get better and better as you go on. So you can get stones that will help you evolve your Pokemon. You can get XP candies, you can get Pokeballs, you can get other items as well. So it's always good to go back every now and then to go back and pick up those bits. So we do every now and then. We will go back and collect some more of our lovely little loot. So happy days. So of course in this episode we are continuing with the quiz. Now I did say it was going to be all of last week, which we're now on Monday. As episode 16 will be out on Monday. I mean, it is technically only Thursday, but I'm recording this audio on Thursday and it will be released on Monday. So, yeah, this episode is, yeah, still, as I say, no audio. Rather shame, I know, but we are going to have a fair few more of those. But I'm hoping soon enough you'll be able to start hearing the game again, and actually the music will kind of flow maybe a little bit better with what you're seeing on screen, possibly, like when we do battles and when we do gym battles especially. But unfortunately, as I say, we've got at least 2 gym battles. And I don't know what else we might have on there, but we've got at least 2 gym battles that won't have any form of audio, which, yeah, rather sucks. But hey ho, we're just having to deal with it. And we just have a nice little playlist, so it's like a relaxing Pokemon music playlist. This is actually volume 3, so we've managed to get through volume 1 and 2. We're now into volume 3 of these playlists. So I think there's the best part of 4 or 5, maybe 6 hours worth of Pokemon music just out of these 3 compilations. So yeah, we've got plenty that we can use to help us. Again, all these will be, there will be descriptions, sorry, or there will be the links down below in the description for these compilations. As they weren't made by myself, they were made by another lovely person who I've also added their name into the description as well. So you can go check out their channel, you can check out the playlist that they've made, maybe even go subscribe to them and like their videos as well, if you so wish. So yeah, go send him some love, as I'm sure I am going to very soon. At some point I will be sharing my love for him as well, or sharing the love over to them. I don't know if it is a him or a her, but at least to them I will share that love. But back to what we're seeing on screen. So I've noticed a few other Pokemon and I'm like, oh, a level 25 Pokemon, that's quite a high level. But hey ho, let's see if we can catch ourselves a little Staravia. So Staravia is an evolved form of a Starly, I think it's called. And yeah, I find the Staravia before I find a Starly. Odd, I know. Put it to sleep, and then I go and proceed to try and catch the little bugger. And I know usually I try and go for the lowest form and evolve them, but I then kind of break my own rule many times over. I even have caught other Pokemon that I thought were just standalone Pokemon, but ended up being evolved forms. So yeah, but end of the day, it was adding to the Pokedex, so I suppose it's still a win-win regardless. And because you can change a lot of things with Pokemon nowadays, you can actually change their Terra type, you can change their style of things, so their nature, that's what it is. I couldn't remember the word, but yes, nature. You can change their natures by using certain leaves, and they'll change the nature of your Pokemon. So you can identify, or you can try and get your Pokemon to a nature that is more suited to them, that will then boost their stats. You can also add things to your Pokemon as well, so there's like the carbons and the PP ups and the HP ups and all of those things, which every time you add them on, they'll of course increase the stats, and eventually you can practically perfect IV. So they're called IVs. I'm still not even sure why they're called IVs, but they're called IVs, and you can practically perfect all of your Pokemon, so they can all be at a 10 on everything. And if they're at 10 on everything, then they're basically perfect IVs. If you also have their nature to the nature that's more suited to them, then they're going to have a boost in that as well. And yeah, they're just then going to become fully rounded and OP individuals. So at some point, when we do get to that stage where we're able to farm the items that we need, or we are, I don't know, either way, if we get enough items, we're going to perfect IV practically every Pokemon that we have, and change their natures as well, so then they are more suited to what they should be. But hey ho, so that's Staravia now caught. It's a nice thing added to our Pokedex there. I'm going to move on to a Rockruff, which also I don't have. So straight away I was like, yep, I need that. And then right up there at the top, could see a little Swablu. Pretty sure at that point I was also like, oh, there's a Swablu, I want it. So I proceeded, I think, further up and tried to catch it. In fact, I may have successfully caught it. But we'll find out very shortly, I'm sure. As Rockruff is now fast asleep. So now I'm going to go ahead and throw a nice little great ball at it, in the hope that it will catch first time. And I'm pretty sure it does. And there we are. So we now have a Rockruff. So there is a evolved form of Rockruff, and that is something I do catch later down the line, and didn't realise, because I didn't then check the Pokédex to see if it was, and just went ahead and caught it anyway. But never mind. And I'm pretty sure I see, like, many of them, the evolved forms, a few times, and still was like, I'll be fine, I'll catch it anyway. But, yeah, we're just trying to catch every Pokemon anyway at the end of the day, I suppose, so maybe actually just catching it even regardless if they are on that level or not. Maybe we... I don't even know why I'm even talking about this point. I'm, again, just trying to going off of all these different tangents, trying to think what to say, and then I'm just mumbling about rubbish, so... This silly, annoying Swabbly. Just keep trying using Hypnosis on it. Finally get Hypnosis to hit it. Because I realised I wasn't doing that much damage, and I didn't think if I switched Pokemon I'd do any more damage, I suppose. And I'd rather make it fall to sleep, so then I can go ahead and catch the little bugger. So, go ahead and throw that little Great Ball out again. And I'm pretty sure I catch this one as well. So that is a Swabludan as well, which is fabulous. Now, I do apologise if you're hearing any noises in the background. So, I moved my entire setup from up in my room downstairs because my girlfriend wanted me to bring it all downstairs so we could basically work in the same room. And in doing so, I'm now right in the front room, and I'm right next to the windows, and of course, anything that happens outside, this microphone picks up practically everything that goes on outside. So that will be my next door neighbour, who is a hairdresser's, and then it sounds like they're just putting their things down. So apologies if you do hear that in the background while I'm talking here. That's why I'm trying to talk as much as I can, so then you don't hear it as much. But if you do hear it, it's unfortunately out of my control while I still try and figure out how on earth I reduce the amount of sound this microphone picks up. Because it seems to pick up sound from everywhere. And it might be might be inaudible, but it still picks it up. So, if somebody is a bit more savvy when it comes to microphones and things like that, and has an idea on how I can improve this, then please do let me know down below. I currently do use Audacity to record my audio, so if you have any other programs you would recommend that I could use instead, or how I can possibly play around with the settings in Audacity to be able to reduce the background so much, then it just kind of picks up my voice only and doesn't pick up any residual background noise as much, that would be amazing. And I would be very indebted to you if you were to do that. But if not, I'm sure eventually I will figure it out. Or I would just buy a new microphone. Because to be fair, this microphone, I mean, it wasn't the cheapest of microphones, but it wasn't the most expensive microphone, and so I'm sure if I was to get myself a better microphone, we would probably not have this problem. Also, I think being in the front room, or the living room, right in front of my windows, granted, there are curtains, so people can't see me, but being right here in front of it does have its disadvantages. This is the coldest room in the house, after all, but I am usually rather warm anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But, yeah, before I continue on with my tangent, we have now just hit a nice little Terra raid, or Terra battle, should I say. So, you can find these Pokemon in the wild randomly. They are little terraformed, or they will automatically turn into their Terra form when you do encounter their battle. Now, you have to take them out of their Terra form to be able to catch them. So, of course, I want to do that with this Scyther. Now, the Scyther is usually a grass type, so usually would have damage galore done to it when it comes to fire types, but as its Terra form is normal, only attacks that are strong against normal types will actually work better. So I'm basically just trying to drop this down so then I'm able to go ahead and I think I now, unfortunately, oh no, unfortunate that I just about get it down. And that breaks it out of its Terror Raid, or Terror form. Don't know why I keep saying Terror Raid, I think because I was on the Terror Raids in the last episode, and it's sort of still on the mind, as I'm kind of recording these back to back. Just because I'm so busy these days that I just don't have time to not do these back to back, so apologies if you are leaving comments and I'm not kind of responding to them, or I'm not engaging with them when it comes to these videos, but I am having to do this just for the fact that it's just convenient for me, and yeah, I just gotta get it done. So apologies there, but I'm sure it'll be absolutely fine, and I am going to do my best to answer every one of your comments if you do leave one. So there's a little hint, guys, leave a comment and I would definitely respond to it, whether that be a reply or a response within the game, within further videos or later videos down the line. So yeah, so now we've found a Meditite, and we're going to now fight this thing and hope that we can then catch this little buddy. Now I decided not to take out Roltz because I felt Roltz is probably just going to get one hit by this Meditite because it's level 20, and my Roltz is way under leveled for that. Now I could use some XP candies because I did pick those up in those Terror Raids in the last episode, but why would I do that? I mean, come on. I'm a guy who doesn't like using items, so why would I now just suddenly use items? I mean, I do in the end. Don't get me wrong, I do eventually start using them a lot and level up a lot of different Pokemon. Not that it really helps me, because I'm an idiot and end up overcompensating or just not doing the right thing. And then I found this little fella, which I had no idea what this was until we then actually fought it, and it's actually called a Flittle. So if you knew what a Flittle was, then good for you. I didn't. As I say, I think I did it in... don't know how many episodes ago I did, but I said it in one of the episodes previously that I only played Red, well, the originals, so like basically up to Gold and Silver I played, and then I stopped for ages. I saw bits of other games and saw other people play those games and things like that, but I never really was bothered by that point. I think I kind of just lost interest because there were just so many Pokemon just being added. Like, there was 251, or 251 by Gold, and I thought that was excessive. I mean, I think we're over 900, maybe even over 1,000 Pokemon at this point, over the 9-10 generations, however many generations there are now. Again, can't even think of that, I don't even know. I suppose we could try and remember them. So we've got Red, Blue and Yellow, so that was one generation. We then had, which again, Fire Red and Leaf Green are kind of the same era, but they were the Japanese ones and they did re-release them, I'm sure. With that, that was like Era 1, so that was the first 150/151 when Mew was then released. And then Gold and Silver and Sapphire, I think it was. Is it Sapphire? Might not have been Sapphire, but it was Gold and Silver. And that... maybe it was... no, because you had Diamond and Pearl. So, yeah. Gold and Silver. And then there was the third one for that as well. Which might have been Sapphire. No, because it was Ruby and Sapphire. That's why it wasn't Sapphire. I'm an idiot. But yeah, as I say, you had Gold and Silver. So that then went up to 251 with Celebi. And then you went to Ruby and Sapphire, which I don't even know how many Pokemon that got up to. Then it was... I think Diamond and Pearl after Ruby and Sapphire. I might be wrong, there might have been one before that. I mean, as I say, I lost interest, so I didn't really keep up with all the iterations. But I know we had like Black and White and Black and White 2. We've had the remakes of Gold and Silver, and so HeartGold, SoulSilver. We've got the remakes of Diamond and Pearl, which I do have. Pearl, I think? Yeah, I've got Pearl, Shining Pearl, which I did enjoy. It was actually quite fun playing that game. I've still not completed it, technically, because I've still got plenty to do on that. So I might get around back to that at some point, and possibly maybe do some episodes on it. I mean, as I say, I'm already quite far into the game, so you won't see any of the storyline mostly. But if you wanted to see anything on Shining Pearl, then do let me know down below, and I will sort something out for you guys. Because at the end of the day, I want to make content that you guys are going to enjoy as much as I enjoy it as well. So, you know, as much as I can pick and choose the games I want to play, because at the end of the day, it's me making these videos, it's me making the content. I also want to make content that you guys are going to enjoy as well. So if you do have any game suggestions, then please let me know in the comments below. Anyway, back to where we were. So now we've found this little rufflet, which we tried with Ralts, and as you can see, Ralts is way too underleveled. Not a good place to be taking my little boy around. Or my little girl, should I say, around. So we get Florigato out and see if she can help us down the line. So I'll go for a little bite in the hope that it's not going to kill it in one, and hopefully, and fabulous, it didn't. So it managed to stay alive, which was great. It also flinched, so it didn't attack me, which was fantastic. And allowed me to then go ahead and catch it. So I don't know how many Pokemon we've caught already now, but we're clearly filling out our Pokédex nicely here. And yeah, I think. Wait, hold on. Let's see if we can. Let's see if I can figure this out, because you know me, I'm a proper scatterbrain at the moment, and can barely remember what I've even done in the last episode, let alone what I'm currently doing. But we caught Staravia, we caught a Rockruff, we caught a Swablu, we caught the Flittle, we caught the Cypher. I think we caught the Cypher. Sure we did. And we've just kind of caught that. We then see a little Shroodle, and I think we may end up catching the Shroodle as well. Or I may beat the Shroodle. I don't remember off the top of my head. Well, we're about to find out anyway. So, see what happens. But, so how many was that? So we had... look at that, I've just lost count by just talking. Like, my goodness. I'm clearly an absolute scatterbrain when it comes to it. And what a shot that was, though. I mean, wow. I just got annihilated. So, I'm like, okay, I'll just get Skiploom out then. Fine. Let's give Skiploom a go. Let's see if Skiploom can do any better. Probably not, because practically everything is not very effective. So, not very clever. And I'm probably about to get annihilated as well. Ooh, did a lot of damage there. And I got poisoned as well, for good measure. So that is, of course, my bad. And I probably should have figured out by now that my Pokemon are just not set up ready for this. Really not ready for it at all. But we're going to try again. And hope for the best with Fletchlinder. Still, don't even know if flying types are the best thing to pick. But fortunately, Fletchlinder is not weak against poison types, so that's at least a good thing. That did a really good amount of damage, so thank you so much for that, Fletchlinder. That really helped me. And then I think we go ahead and catch this little bugger. So we finally get through this. And there we go. Fabulous. We now have a Shroodle as well. So that's another one added to the list, which has completely gone away from me. So let's re-add it again. So we have Staravia. That's 1. Remember Klebo. 1. Then we had Rockruff, number 2. Then we had Swablu, number 3. Then we had Cypher, number 4. Then we had Flittle, number 5. Then we had the bird thing, and I can't remember its name anymore, number 6. And then we've just picked up that one as well. So that's 7 in this episode we've now picked up. And I've added to our collection, which is fabulous. That's another 7 to the Pokédex. So literally 3 more, and we would have the opportunity or the chance to get some more items out of the Pokédex, because it's for every 10 that you catch, you get a nice little prize. So I could go collect them, but we sort of collect them as when we get quite a few bulk. So we've got quite a lot of them, then we go collect them, because it's a bit easier that way. So I kind of continue on down the little path here. Notice a few things around. Tried to get Ralts to go and attack, and unfortunately, she wasn't quite up to the scratch. And look, she nearly even fainted at that point. So I was like, oh dear, I do apologise, Rolts. Let's get you like so. Nope, still not able to do it. She's still not strong enough. I feel bad about it, but also I keep going because I'm like, no, screw it. You can do this. One of these days you will beat it. But no, she just keeps going. Still can't do it. Nope, still can't do it. So I'm like, okay. Oh, go back to my Pokedex. I think I pressed the wrong button maybe at that point. But heal my Pokemon again. Maybe try again. I don't know why I keep trying when I already know she's not going to beat it. So I probably should be changing Rolts out at this point. And I think that's when I do. Because I'm like, do you know what? I'm tired of this. So let's get Florigato out. And she can do the damage. And she can beat them. Until she goes and attacks that one, and then she can't beat it. But yeah, I don't understand why she went for that one, when there was so many other Pokemon she could have picked. But never mind. And then we find a Riolu as well. Or Riolu. Which will eventually evolve into a Lucario. Which will be awesome. I haven't done that yet, but when I do, it's going to be awesome. So yeah, we are going to fight this little boy. Drop his speed, which is lovely, and also did a nice bit of damage there, which was awesome. So we are just going to go ahead and try and catch our boy here. And nope, he decided, no, I am not going to be caught, screw you. So I was like, well, that's very rude, so we're going to try again. And we keep trying, and we keep trying, until we finally get it. So there we go, nearly got it on that one, but no, not this time. So let's try again. Third time's the charm, maybe? Maybe? Nope, apparently not. So, what are you wanting me to do? I'm just going to keep throwing Pokeballs at you until you catch, you silly little bugger. There we go. So, perseverance. In the end, we got him. And there's Riolu or Riolu in the bag. And there's another one. So what? That's up to 8 that we've now caught. That we've not had before. So, then Florigato wanted to learn U-turn. And I think we decided to skip U-turn because why would I want a bug-type move on my cat? It's very strange. Unless my cat was genuinely had a bug Terra-type, there'd be no point to me having a bug-type move. Especially that kind of move, because it then does damage, but then they decide to disappear and send out another Pokemon instead. So it's an odd, very odd move. But I suppose they can sometimes come in handy if you need to, if you want to quickly switch out. So then they can do a bit of damage and then get out of dodge, so then they don't get hurt. And then you can like send out a tank to do the tanking damage kind of thing, possibly. So, but I think we're going to wrap it up here for this episode. So I hope you did enjoy it. And if you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and of course all that jazz. But I do hope you do have a lovely day, and I will see you in the next one.